morning guys, I hope you're doing well. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Evie and I make gardening and lifestyle videos here from my home in Leicestershire. It is the start of a new month, which means one thing and one thing only. Let's sow some new seeds. To be honest, now we're a bit later into spring, I've not actually got that much to sow. I think I've got 3 different veggies, a couple varieties of each, but hopefully towards the end of the month a lot of the stuff that I've got in the greenhouse will hopefully be getting a bit bigger, and then I can move it out and actually plant it out, which is really exciting. Anyway, without further ado, this is what I'm sowing in May. First up, Swiss chard. I'm actually following the Veg in One Bed book, which basically tells you how to get the most out of just one bed, one big bed. They section it off into 10, and yeah, I'm basically following that. So I think I'm sowing the Swiss chard into section 6, and I'm sowing a couple of different varieties. So we've got Magenta Sunset, Orange Glory, Rhubarb Chard, and just white chard. So it'll be interesting to see how all these varieties get on. I'm assuming the white chard is going to be like the best for growing, and then maybe the coloured ones will be a bit slower, but yeah, hopefully they'll all go really well and it will look really beautiful and colourful too. I'll probably sow 3 or 4 of each seed because I don't need that many, but I just want to have like maybe 2 of each colour in the ground because I'm only doing 1 row of it, so obviously I don't have that much space. But yeah, ideally how fun would it be to be like, oh, here's a white one, here's an orange one, here's a pink one, and just have all different varieties growing in 1 row. But yes, that's Swiss chard. Next up, Dwarf French beans. For some reason I have so many seed packets of Dwarf French beans, all the bush variety ones. I don't have any climbing beans, but these are the ones that I've chosen to do. I've got Bean Blue Bush Lake, French Bean Contender, French Bean Maximore, and French Bean Purple Queen. Again, I'm following the book for this, but I'm going to be doing it slightly differently. I'm going to be doing 2 rows of French bean instead of what they recommend, which is a row of French bean and then a row of carrots. Speaking of carrots, I am going to be sowing some carrots, which I'll sow direct. I've got 3 varieties. I've got carrot Nandes 2, I've got carrot Autumn King, and I've got Round of Paris 3, which are literally little round carrots. So I'm really excited to see if they actually grow. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be sowing the carrots where where the book tells you to grow them. Basically, I'm going to sow them where my broccoli, my purple sprouting broccoli now is. Basically, my purple sprouting broccoli is gone to flower, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to cut the flowers and I'm going to bring them inside. Not really the first cut flower I was thinking that I would get, but I'm saying this counts as my first like from seed cut flower, and yeah, maybe I'll keep some of the little broccoli things, so I'm going to be quite an interesting bouquet. But yeah, I'm going to take those out today and I'm going to replace them with some of the carrots because they're in like a netted area, so it would help with carrot fly. And last but not least, I only have 1 variety of this, and it's Purple Vienna Kohl Rabi. I did a little bit of this last year. I think I only actually had like 4 in the end that like germinated, and I have 800 seeds in this packet, so I'm going to make the most of it and I'm going to do a bunch of sowings of this. And yeah, hopefully when it grows I can make loads of yummy kohlrabi coleslaw. But anyway, let's take our seeds and head to the vegetable area, shall we? Okay guys, we're now in the greenhouse. I don't know how well you can see behind me, but I basically have absolutely no space for any new seeds. So I'm going to plant some stuff out. I don't really know if stuff is ready to go out yet. Definitely, well, I was hoping I would have stuff to go out now. My plan was, I made a whole plan. I was like, well, by May, I'll having stuff go out, new stuff come in, it'll be great. But maybe stuff isn't growing quite as fast as I want it. Hopefully by the end of the month or beginning of next month, I'll have a lot of this going out, but we'll see. But I think potentially the broad beans can go out, like especially this one. This one's super long. Some of them are still quite small, but I feel like broad beans are quite hardy. And again, broad beans have been a little bit of an experiment for me. I'm only doing them because the book tells me to. I'd never tried a broad bean before. I don't actually know if I like them. So yes, if these all get eaten, hopefully they don't, but if they do, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make to have more room. So yeah, I think I'm going to be planting those out. Because they're part of the book, they're going to be going in my main bed. I think they're going in section 3. Oh, and 4. Section 3 and 4 for those ones. And then my spring onions Those are definitely ready to go out. They are looking really good actually. I'm not really sure to put them in my little plan that I made. I was originally thinking that I would have another veg bed on this side of the greenhouse, but I scrapped that and I'm doing all flowers now. But these don't really take up a lot of space, so I think I'm going to tuck them into one of my beds that doesn't currently have anything in it, which will eventually have a courgette. But yeah, if I just tuck these in the corner, I think that will be fine. In terms of other stuff that I've got growing in here, I think we should probably be able to take these out soon. So basically, as soon as I put that obelisk up, my sweet peas can go out, which is really exciting. And I've still got a few runner beans that are only just starting to come up. I don't know how well you can see that, but probably in a few weeks time these can go out soon as well, and hopefully these will be going up my like DIY trellis at the back, so that'll give me some covering as well. Very excited for that. But yeah, anyway, let's plant these out. Okay, I was originally thinking my spring onions could go here, but I have this random nasturtium plant that's growing, so instead I'll put them on this side. Okay, starting with my spring onions, I'm just digging out a shallow trench and planting about 10 into each. I've got 20 modules in total, so I'm going to do this twice. If you've got multiple seedlings in each module, don't worry about separating them, they can happily go in together. So I'm just spacing them out, covering them back over with soil, and then repeating that for the next row. So this is the bed that I'm using for the Veg in One Bed book, and as you can see, I have tried to like section off each bit. So this is section 3 and this is section 4, so I don't actually know if I've got enough raw beans to have 2 sections, but at least I'll do them all in section 3, and if I can I'll do a few in there as well. Also in this bit, which is the beginning of section 4, I'm pretty sure this is some potatoes, probably from last year, so I might just leave them there and yeah, let a little potato plant grow. For the runner beans, because I've got more than one in each module, I'm gently teasing them apart. I definitely take way too long deciding on spacing here, and I've ended up with one row slightly fuller than the other, but never mind. I'm actually doing a little experiment. In one row I'm going to have the fish blood and bone fertilizer, and in the other row I won't put anything. So it'll be really interesting to see if it actually makes a difference or if it's just a bit of waste of money. I planted them about 20 centimeters apart and given everything a good water. Next up is my chard. I've dug out a trench and added some compost because the soil here isn't the best, so I thought it would really benefit from that. The neighbours did come out into their garden at the exact time that I was doing this, so I actually asked if they would help me, which somehow felt less awkward than having the camera on a tripod. Then I used a little bamboo stick to make holes every 20 centimetres. I've got some poppies growing around here, which I don't have the heart to pull out, so they're staying at the moment. I planted 2 of each variety and I've alternated the colours. The next job was to clear this bed. I picked a few of the flowers to bring in. I'm calling this my first cut flowers of the season, and I pulled everything else out. We do have a few kale plants still that haven't gone to flower, but for some reason all of my other kale plants got to flower, and of course the broccoli was past its best. Once it was all cleared, I sowed my carrot seeds. Now this really isn't the ideal soil for carrots. I probably should have added some compost and some sand to improve it, but I don't have any sand and I want to save my compost for seed sowing. But yes, if you are sowing carrots, ideally you would do a mixture of sand and compost because that would really benefit them. Anyway, I just used a bamboo stick to make a shallow drill and sprinkled the seeds in. I did 3 rows for each variety and gave everything a good water. Okay, we're also going to put the obelisks in. either here and here, or there and there. Hopefully they'll look quite nice because they're the same kind of like black metal as the seat. But yeah, let's do that now. Okay, we decided to put them here because there's a decent space and they're close enough to the path that if I've got like sweet peas or anything growing, I can easily cut them for cutting flowers. And obviously they're opposite this, so hopefully they still work together nicely. We've also decided to make them basically the same height. We've taken the legs off of this one because it was just way too tall. We are going to push this one in a little bit more because it doesn't have the circle bit at the bottom. I feel like it might look a bit silly. So that one might be a bit shorter and then that one will be taller. It's suddenly super windy, so hopefully you can hear me, but the obelisks are in. Turns out digging them quite far in was hard, so they're basically the same height, but never mind. So I'm going to have clematis growing up one and my sweet peas growing up another. I'm hoping maybe in the next week or two they'll go out. But yeah, exciting and glad to see them out. Right, everything that can be transplanted or sown direct is now out, which means we can now do our beans in here. And since I am no longer using this for my broad beans, I'm going to use it for my dwarf beans now. So like I said, I've got 4 different varieties of bean, so I'm probably going to do 2 seeds in each module. Then I can just split them up when they go out. And yeah, that's more than enough if they all germinate, but if they don't all germinate, I've got some backups. For the dwarf beans, these are a bit bigger than the seeds I usually sow, so I'm actually using a Sharpie to make 2 holes in each module. I'm dropping 1 seed in each, placing them on their side. Then I'm just covering them up and labeling them. This is another little experiment. I want to see which variation germinates best, grows best, and of course tastes the best. I think if everything germinates and grows, I should have 2 green varieties, 1 purple and 1 yellow. And of course, I give everything a good watering. And last but not least, we're doing our Kohl rabi, which I'm going to do in a module tray like this. So hopefully if I do 1 seed per thing, I can hopefully get 12. Like I said last year, I got hardly any germinate, so hopefully I'll get at least a few more this year, but we'll see. But yeah, let's do our Kohl rabi. And finally, the Kohl rabi. Since the seeds are quite small, I'm using my trusty paintbrush to make a little hole in each module. These seeds didn't do very well for me last year, so I'm going to keep an eye on them and see how they are over the next few weeks. If I'm not seeing any germination, then I'll sow a bunch more, but I'm just being mindful that I don't want to oversow and then obviously not have enough space to plant them. Plus, there's only so much Kohl rabi I actually want, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on them and see how they get on. Right, that's all my seed sowing for May. Like I said, not got a huge amount to do this month, but hopefully a lot of this stuff will be getting outside soon. Fingers crossed it continues to be sunny and stuff continues to grow well. I'm excited to get my sweet peas growing up the obelisk as well, and yeah, I'm really excited for stuff to go out because my vegetable area, as you could see, is looking pretty brown still, and I'm looking forward to looking more green. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.